So one thing is, what do you mean by automation? Any idea? Forget about test cases. What do you mean by automation? Come again, little louder. Forget it. Web page also you forget. What do you mean by? What do you think actually when you see when you heard about automation? Yeah, correct, right? Not like there is not much human interaction actually. Okay, so when you are saying manual work, no, you have to manual intervention is required. He will be doing some kind of a work actually, like say pressing a. Forget about all the web pages. Say some interaction is required. It can't move, and lot of time it will take when user is interacting with something actually. So it is basically we are trying to avoid human interaction. Everything has to done by itself. I can say 90% of things has to do by itself actually. 10% maybe human interaction is required, where it is required to start a program or to stop it or to see a report, human interaction is required. Okay, to conclude something, human interaction is required. But I can say 90% of work has to be done by itself actually. I don't have to bother about, okay, if I start a program, I'll leave it for itself. It will do all the things for me and it will give me a result. So I should not worry about, okay, whether my test case is passed or failed. I should not worry. It should take care by itself actually. So let's see, that is the meaning of automation actually. So let's see what is the advantage of automation. You can see that highlighted points actually here. So less burden for testers, obviously, right? Because the program, whatever we have written, is such a way that you don't have to worry too much actually. So what is the meaning of that? Amount of time need for testing repeated test scenarios on every new build is reduced to 0. One time definitely you have to do some kind of a scripting or some programming you have to do. Okay, that is required, some human changes required actually. So once you do it, for the coming on whatever you are giving the next build and all, it doesn't require human interaction actually. So it can do by itself. So it is without having much interaction. From the second time onwards you can do it. So almost you are reducing it to 0 actually. As result of burden for testers reduces. So overall the tester there is no point of having interaction. Second time onwards nothing is required actually. You can ultimately say 0 actually. So that is the one main thing actually. That is the advantage, main advantage. Less cost for business clients. What happens now when you are taking like when customer takes a product from any company, right? They will charge it based on how much testing you have to do it. So they can release the product immediately also with one round of testing. So otherwise client has to pay more actually if they are going through a lot of tests. So all these test cases we have to give it to the customer. The client will be spending a lot of money in testing actually. But if you are implementing automation, overall cost will be reduced. Okay, so the business clients have to pay the for the testers actually. So since manually people doing testing, they have to pay a lot of money for the client actually. So client has to pay a lot of money for the company to do all this testing. So that is, it will be reduced. So I have given this, I'll be sharing this slide, so you don't need to make a note of this actually. And highlighted points are very important things actually, and other things are definition, some description about the things actually. So increase test coverage. So you don't have to spend a lot of time in testing. So the coverage, whatever the test you are doing, the coverage you can increase actually. So basically coverage means what, you have a scenario like where it is passing. Okay, so maybe most of the time we will see happy path, success path only we will verify. Most of the time, if something, let's say you are building a web page or something, right? You will say, okay, once it is coming up, you will say only success path, happy path. If something goes wrong, you will not be covering actually that part of things actually. When you are doing a manual testing, you will not cover that. So here everything is covered in a part of automation, right? You can cover a lot of test cases. Something goes bad, or some connection is not proper, some resolution is not proper, whether all my icons are coming properly, all my UI is coming properly, all that you will be covering actually. Okay. So that is the main thing actually. So test time gets reduced, the testing time gets reduced. The tester can cover testing other test scenarios within the provided time actually. So basically he can cover a lot of things actually, not only the success case, not only the happy path, you can cover that in negative test cases also. Like say you have set a resolution something to 50%, let's see how it works, all that you can see. Okay, so improves the testing accuracy. Overall, in manual testing process, a tester may forget to or wrongly test any test scenario. there are chances, right? Since human is interacting, there are chances actually he may be thinking of something else and not done a proper testing actually. So in that case, what happens? There are chances actually there is inaccuracy actually. It's not a properly tested things. So if you are automating it, you will spend like some time actually do automation and you will verify it everything, right? So that may be increase in the accuracy because once you do it, it's not necessary that every time you have to test your code actually. One time you do proper coding and you test it, that is end actually. So you run it 1,000 times, it will not have a problem with the code at least. But if you are executing, like if human is executing that things, right? There are chances actually after a 11th time, after 10 times, he may be seeing that laziness. Laziness will come into picture and he will not test it properly. Agree? So this is what the advantage of automation. Okay, so why I'm explaining, because Selenium is basically doing an automation of your web pages and all you will be testing. Okay, so that's why I'm telling actually these are all advantages you will get. Okay, any doubt here? Almost you will know actually, but only thinking I'm putting in a proper lines statements. That's all. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. What do you mean by Selenium? Okay, Selenium is an open source and portable automated software testing tool. Okay, for testing web applications. What do you mean by open source? It's a free actually, you don't have to pay money. Like say now I can download directly without paying money and I can start using it. Okay, so and portable automated software testing. Portable basically means here is you can use it any type of language, or you can use any kind of browsers, or you can use any programming language. That is portable means. Okay, so it has a capability to operate across different browsers and operating system. Selenium is not just a single tool, but it is set of tools that helps tester to automate web-based application more efficiently. The definition is enough, right? What do you mean by portable is, I have shown you in the diagram actually, programming script languages. So if you are knowing Java, using Java you can use Selenium actually, you can interact with Selenium. If you know Python, you can use it. Perl also you can use it. PHP also you can use Selenium. Ruby also you can do. C# also you can do actually. So these are all the portability actually. You don't necessarily that you have to use it only Python. But why we are learning with Python? Because Python has become like a very popular language actually. So that's why they have given a Python support. Now you know all the syntax of Python only for using a Selenium. Okay, you have to learn C# means. Are you agree? No, right? It's not portable actually. So now you are saying that I know Python, I know syntax of Python, I can directly go and use it with Python actually the Selenium. That makes life easy, right? That is the intention here. That's why it is very portable. You don't have to learn C# or Java only to execute Python, Selenium. So you can directly interact with Python. Okay, so that is the thing. Then web browser. There are some restrictions with PHP. Let's say if you can say QTP, some other tools are there actually that has limited support for other browsers. So now you have like plenty of supports are there for various browsers actually. One is that Chrome, Firefox. I don't know what is the next icon. Okay, then Internet Explorer. All this you can do it. That is the intention of using a Selenium. It has wide coverage actually. Different browsers you can use. So I can't restrict my user, the end user, that okay, my application works only with Internet Explorer. You go and use Internet Explorer because there are a lot of features are there in the Chrome which you can directly use it actually. So it has support for various browsers. Okay, if you are developing an application, that is you can't say that it can only run on my Internet Explorer. Also, you cannot say that my test cases will only execute on Internet Explorer. Definitely, people may use different browsers, right? So all the most of the people are using Chrome and Firefox, right? So that it has support. Okay, then operating system, like you can use Windows, machine, Linux or Macintosh. Any operating system you can run this. Okay, basically in the class I am concentrating more on the Windows machine because it is easy for you to show. Okay, so it will not change actually, syntax and all will not change. You can go and do the things in the Linux also later if you want. But the basically you will people may ask you actually whether you know Selenium or you will be able to run a Selenium test case. This is what everybody knows actually. Everybody asks. Any doubt here? Simple stuff. So I'm only putting it in a different way so that you can understand. It should be catchy kind of stuff. Not get bored. So I'm putting some diagrams there. Okay. Can we go ahead? Okay. So now why Selenium is great to use? We have talked about the different things, right? Let's understand in the advantage wise, like why to use Selenium. Okay, almost we know everything, but I'm just putting in a way that you don't have to make a note of it, so everything is available in this slide. So why Selenium is great to use is, one is taking the other automation tool into consideration. I'm saying QTP. Okay, one example of that. Selenium has the capability to operate on almost every OS. Selenium doesn't have, sorry, QTP doesn't have that, but Selenium has that most of the important operating system. As I told you, it can be Linux, it can be Windows or Macintosh. It has that capability. Okay, Selenium is an open source testing tool and hence it serves for cost-effective automation testing. Being an open source, you don't have to pay money actually. So at least you can cover it without paying much actually. Okay, definitely one tester may be required to do all these things, but you don't have to pay a lot of money for getting the license. That is the meaning of open source. You get it, download it, just start directly using it. That's the thing actually. Okay, Selenium supports multiple languages such as Python, Perl, Ruby, PHP, .NET, C#, as I told you already, and Java. Okay, so you are required to be comfortable in just a single language in order to operate Selenium. Not necessarily that you have to learn Java. Only for web application testing. Okay, Python, if you know, that is enough. So you can use directly the Selenium and you can use a plugin, Selenium plugin, you can use it and directly you can use it. That is what the main intention of having a support of Selenium for Python. Okay, one highly beneficial feature of Selenium is that language used for building the program is independent of the language that web application or website is using. What is the meaning of that? Say your application, web application is developed using Java. It's not necessary that you have to test it using only Java language actually. Same thing of the third point, whatever is there, same thing only we have elaborated actually. That's all is the things. How do I duplicate this actually? Control function F4? No. Duplicate the slide. Just a second, guys. Function F4? No.
No, one monitor sign is there.
Is it possible to come here? I wanted to show something actually, duplicate actually. How do I do? Oh, it's duplicated. It's correct.
Looking for duplication, you get dual monitor set.
No. This is the same thing actually. No. Okay, let's see that. Let's see.
The volume.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, so method is coming. The screen is unmute your speaker or increase the volume to hear. Okay, it is gone. Okay, so highly benefited languages like your web application is developed using any of this language. Okay, it can be Python also, or it can be Java also, or it can be Node.js, JavaScript, anything. So you don't have to learn that language for testing that application. Basically, you can learn only Python and you can use it. That's the one basic thing actually it provides. So that is the main thing actually here. As I told you, one highly beneficial feature of Selenium is that the language used for building the program is independent of the language that the web application or website is using. Okay, so this implies that the test scripts can be developed in any of the languages that Selenium supports. Okay, you can use any of the languages. Okay, the testing tool supports a range of browsers like Opera, Safari, Chrome, Internet Explorer 6, 7, 8, and Mozilla Firefox. Okay, are we covering the maximum browsers? What is the maximum? Most of the people, what they are using? Chrome, if I'm not wrong, or Google Plus something is there, I guess. Okay, I think Chrome only, Chrome or something. Okay, most of the time, or Firefox sometimes, or in the mobile and all, I have seen people using Opera sometimes. Nobody will use Internet Explorer in the mobile, but these are all the things actually. Okay, major. So we are covering maximum browsers here. The Selenium covers maximum browsers, so that's why they're telling the testing tool supports a range of browsers. Not necessarily that it has to be tested in the Internet Explorer. It can cover. It is you can do it on any of these browsers. Such things. Okay, Selenium has a very dynamic developer community that is backed by Google. What does it mean? Say, like say we have Python as an open source, huh? Like Selenium also being an open source supported by Google basically. The developers from Google are supporting this and they are adding new features every time. You find a problem, right? You can report it and that can be fixed. Okay, who is doing support? Who is giving support? Google is giving. So they have a dedicated team who can work on these things actually and they will give enhance. Always they will be enhancing. Who is supporting Android? Android is who is owning Android? Google only, right? What is the use case of Android actually? So it is because you can use smartphones, right? Okay, are we with the Selenium? We are making more smart. We are becoming more smart actually. Why? Because I'll explain you that things actually. Then you will get to know. So it's a very dedicated team. Somebody is there actually. So who will work on all these things and they'll be enhancing the feature. Okay. So far as Selenium is concerned, we have the number of robust methods for location of elements such as cascaded style sheet, XPath, DOM, and so on. So what is that in detail? We will study when we are going to the topic. Basically, you will have a lot of methods actually to interact with the elements inside a page. What a normal web page will be in the form? Which form it will be? It will be in the XML or HTML, right? It will be having a tag or elements, we can say. Okay, so you have a lot of methods exposed so that you can work on these things. That is the thing actually. So a lot of advanced methods are there. Any doubt here? You don't have to make a note. Just use this and understand when somebody is asking a question on the Selenium, you can refer this. So that is one slide I have prepared for this. So let's get into the installation. So till now is fine, right? So let's get into the program. So everybody has installed PyCharm, right? Yeah. I'll create a okay, let's see, go to command prompt. Okay, in my laptop it was installed, so I'm using some other laptop. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so you already know you have the prerequisite is that you need to have a PyCharm installed, and obviously you need to have a Python interpreter installed on your machine. So let's come from the beginning. So you give Python version. Okay, it is installed. Actually, 3.70 version is installed. So you can give. Okay, pip install Selenium. What do you mean by pip? It may not come, I guess. Let's see. Wait. Pip install Selenium. Pip is a package manager for Python programs. Actually, all this Python pip is a package manager. What do you mean by package manager? Package manager is basically responsible for downloading the packages for you. Okay, so what I did here is it is maintaining your packages in your machine. So here I did a pip install Selenium and I got some response. You can also try. You have already tried, I guess, right? So are you able to see the screens properly, or can I increase the size?
So I could not find the version
What is the version you have installed? Python version
3.7.
should work is what I feel. I'm just increasing the font here. Okay, now you're able to see, right? So this should install a Python on your machine actually. So Python install Selenium. You have any? You are able to do it?
Yeah.
Do it. Huh? You are see got a similar kind of things, right? So let's do something actually. So check one more time. I'll install. Okay, just to see that it says now that is already installed. Where it is installed? See Python install lib site packages. Okay, we'll go to that path. Let's see what are all things are got installed. Okay. Okay, I'll send you the command for the people who are online. It's a very simple thing only, but I'll just share it. This is a command to install. You check it the second time and you will get to know that it's already been installed. Okay, so I just wanted to know the path where it got installed. So I'm just checking it, cross-checking. So pip is taking care of the packages, what are all the packages required actually. So I'll go here and I'll give the path like this. Oh, sorry. You also go to this one. Okay, so this path, you take the path. Here you should see a site Selenium something is there, right? Okay, so inside that WebDriver you should see actually common and WebDriver, and inside that you should see Chrome, common, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera, all that you should be able to see. You are still having problem? Can you Google it something? Actually, what is error? Yeah, because directly I have tried. I have not tried anything else. It should be some problem with the. If you try another command like this, actually, Python pip install. Try Python pip install or this command. Pip install Selenium is throwing some error, right?
So
Python pip install or Python yum pip install. You try. Let's see what is the error it gives. It's saying that, huh? Okay, I think that package manager only not installed it. What?
No, he's not inside the interpreter. Inside the console.
Oh, okay. See, under site packages, you should have pip actually and Selenium. Okay. You got it, you are able to get it. Right? So this is the basic stuff actually which you have to do. What we are trying to do is we are bringing the Selenium actually the package, one more package we are installing. Let's say people are already aware of that math, CMath libraries modules, right? Like that we have that is all default packages actually available in the PyCharm. By default it will come for your packages itself, it will come actually. Along with the interpreter it will come, but Selenium is a not default package. You have to explicitly download that. That's what we did it now. You also get the same thing, getting? So now let's see. I'll create a new directory. On the PyCharm I'm coming in, I'm creating a directory under that. Selenium testing. So I created a directory here, and I'll create one sample file. Any changes?
Yeah.
What was the problem? Okay, oh, inside the interpreter you are trying to do it. Okay, you should not be doing it because this a pip is a command like how you are using a Python command, na? Like a pip is. Okay, I just created one directory and then I'm creating one file inside that just to check whether my installation everything is fine, is going fine or not. So now try. Oh, Control Shift yes, if I am not wrong. Or file settings. I'm just increasing the font of the things. You can say that
Compare it to size square.
you're right. Okay, size of the font, no? Hey, this is not the one, yeah. Should have font something. Editor. Okay, inside the font. Okay, so inside the font, size is 12. I'll make it to something 24. Okay, better, right? What I do is from Selenium import driver. Oh, sorry, web driver. Okay, and from okay, I'll just this is the one simple thing. Import syspath. I'm not doing anything. Print sys.path. Okay, this is only for testing. Okay, don't worry. I'm just checking actually whether I should not have any problem. Run. I'll do a run sample. You can see that I'm not getting any problem. So Selenium is installed properly. Ami, you are also any changes you are facing now?
No model name Selenium.
It's saying that. Okay, what I am trying to do here is here you do a this path, right? You will get a path here. Okay, when you are running the pip install this one, right? Selenium, you should have got a path where it is side packages are there. Have you got it? Okay, that side packages, whatever is there, now inside that you should have a folder called Selenium actually. That you put it under this directory actually, that where your Python packages are installed, na? There you put it actually. So in this case, what is there, na? Python install is there. Okay, under that you have this library. Now you have installation here. So go to that sys.path, you use it. There you will get all the paths actually. You will be having a DLL, lib, all that path will be there. So you, whatever the install packages are there, you copy that folder into that path, you will be able to get. Okay, say you have the path where this Selenium folder you can locate, right? You are able to locate the path, right? Selenium and WebDriver and all this, you are able to see. Okay, what you do now, you go to this one site packages, you copy this, take the Selenium, Control C. Okay, you have taken, na? Inside that Selenium is there, you have taken that, right? Now you come in, you just go to the path where your Python is installed. You should be able to see with this path, you should be able to see actually where your Python packages are installed. What is the path you are getting? You will get multiple paths, but you should see that where exactly that DLLs, all these things are there. In this case, only one thing actually, see, you can see that Python install lib, all that is there. Which one? Sys.path. Installation you did, no? Yeah. One more time you give the command. And it should tell you that it has already installed. It is saying that requirement already satisfied. Yeah. You got it, you will get a path here where the Selenium packages are installed. You got what I am saying? Huh? you are not facing any problem, right? You are able to get that, okay? So when you are running the code, you should see that it should come with saying that process finished with exit code 0, only with these things. Then only you will come to know that all your requirement things are in place. Okay? Just try, okay? I'll go ahead next, okay? Or you want some time? Okay, just copy these things. Okay, only thing is you have to understand where your Python is installed. Copy the Selenium driver there, that folder inside that.
Python direct.
Where you are seeing this, right? It is looking in this path actually. Python install. Okay, you have to be in the same place actually. Inside the lib, it should be there. You should get it. Site packages and okay. You are getting that code. You are also getting the problem.
No, I have not tried.
You tried this one. Just only one line of code actually to understand whether it works fine or not. The install. Okay. So once you have done it, what do you mean WebDriver here is? I'll tell you. See, you are interacting with the browser basically. Okay. So how you are interacting? You are not opening a browser and giving a command. Basically, what you are trying to do is through the program, you are trying to control the web browser. Okay. In order to interact with that, right? Some converter is required who can listen to our command and do whatever you want. Okay. For that purpose, we are using a WebDriver. WebDriver is an element actually which interacts with the browser based on our command. So it's an interface actually for me to talk to the browser. Normally, how you will do? You will open the browser by yourself and you will do some click or something you will be doing, right? All that I am not going to do it manually now. Everything I will use some kind of a command or through program I am giving. Okay, so using that I will be controlling a browser element set. Okay, so this has to be converted, right? That the way I do manually. Okay, now I'm not doing it. I'm only giving some kind of a statements or command. Okay, some executable commands I'm giving. No? That has to be converted to the equivalent actions actually in the browser. Okay, somebody's intermediate is required, right? Okay, if Narendra Modi comes to the Karnataka, he will talk in Hindi. Okay, and there is an intermediate person will be there who will convert that language Hindi to Kannada local language, and he will tell, right? That is what now. What is that? There's a one more guy is there, right, in between, who do the translation. Okay, this WebDriver is doing for me actually. Okay, so intention of WebDriver is to talk to the web browser elements actually based on my command. Okay, so what happened? Now you will be having different browsers. Okay, for that you need one more plugin actually that is called WebDriver executable. Okay, that WebDriver executable is required. So this is only WebDriver, this is interface. Then you need one more exe, that's the actual driver actually. Okay, who can talk to the browser. We have to download that. Okay, so basically, come to the slides. Okay, now download the required WebDriver. Now we have installed the Selenium. Now we have to download the required driver. Okay, now I have a Chrome installed here. I'll use the Chrome. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to download the drivers for you. So let's copy these things. Okay, it is opening. So I'll share this link to the people who are on the online. You can also download this. Okay, so for the people who are online, one chat. Okay, are we supposed to set any environment variable? Oh, not required actually. You don't have to set any environment variable. I didn't see. Sorry. You don't have to do any problem. Actually, I didn't know what is the name. 3LI.
Myself, Murali.
So you don't have to set any environment variable package
Yeah,
actually you are installing.
Yeah, I just wrote the code in my PyCharm.
So this is the website where you can download the driver.
Hello.
Interact with Chrome. So Chrome will provide some specific drivers actually. So that I have to download it from the website. Okay. So I'll come here.
Hello.
No, I'm not able to hear you.
Hello.
My speaker voice is 100%. Not able to hear you. Just check the connection, or else you can ping me. Yeah. Are you able to get the executable code as 0 actually? What is the error you are getting? Throwing an error. What kind of error? Module not found error. That is what I was trying to say. Something like I'll show you that. Okay, I have seen people are facing this problem. So basically, what would have happened is that path where that Selenium which got installed maybe the different altogether. So you have to check one now. At least in my machine, my installation is here. Install. Okay, so I don't have PyCharm. Do we need to install? Not necessarily. Actually, you can directly use any like Notepad also plus Notepad plus also fine actually. But we have told people to use PyCharm so that it will be very user friendly. So not required. Actually, you can do same thing in the Notepad. Just copy the same piece of code. I'm copying it here. No, it doesn't take 2 hours. We haven't, it doesn't take 2 hours is what I feel. Actually, it will not take 2 hours. And forget about installing a PyCharm. You can take a simple Notepad. Okay. You are already solved, right? Solved.
No thanks.
See, we have a student here actually in the class where she's also getting a problem where the Selenium is not found, module not found, she was getting, and now she has solved it. IntelliJ also we can use. If, I hope Python will be supporting in that IntelliJ, I guess.
I copied that Selenium folder in Python.
Inside that where you have installed the Python, right? That only that you have to copy.
So the Selenium folder or Selenium 3.1?
No, only Selenium folder.
Only Selenium folder, only Selenium. Okay, so here I'll open it. Okay, so on the desktop, now I created a Python file actually. Okay, you just need to run this basically. cmd cd desktop. Okay, I have stored it in .py. Then you don't have to go to the editor also. I am just giving some example. Python .py. You should be able to get it. That's all. No, nothing actually. So you can use a notepad also. But from the class, we are saying that you use PyCharm. So it's very user friendly. So I'm telling. So I just shown how to execute it from the notepad actually. Okay. You're having problem now. Solved it out.
Yes,
Okay. So now what we have to do? Just try these things. Okay. So what you have to do? The sample code I have shared. If you are not getting any problem from here, then that means you are okay to go ahead to use a Selenium things in a Python. Okay, if you are still facing a problem, what you have to do, you will get to know when you are doing a second time that pip install. When you are trying for a second time, you will come to know that where is your Selenium packages are installed actually. Okay, you take a copy of that Selenium folder, state packages, and you will have a Selenium folder. Okay, inside that you should be able to see that common WebDriver, all that you should be able to see. Okay, this Selenium you copy and you can see the path here. Okay, in the path, right, that from the second onwards. Okay, second path. Okay, this is the Python path actually. Under that you have to copy. Forget about the final thing. Till here is the path where you have Python installed there. You copy their Selenium there actually. It should work. after that. Okay, the base. Ahead, let's see if you still have any problem. Okay, just do that, it should work. Basically, you need to know where your Python is installed. There you copy your Selenium package there. That's all. Okay. So once you do that, you come here to the WebDriver stuffs actually. You can see that Chrome's related downloads are there. Okay. So already shared actually. Link is already shared. I'll share it one more time. For the people who are in the class, you can see that pypi.org project Selenium. Go to that. https pypi.org/projects/Selenium. Okay, go to that path. So at least you are not able to do it today. So sorry actually for that. Okay, go to that path. You can see I am using Chrome because in my laptop, at least in the machine, I have a Chrome support here. Okay, so go to that and see here. You will see that different drivers are available. You can go through that drivers things actually. Selenium requires a driver to interface with the chosen browser. Okay, Firefox for an example requires GC knock driver. Okay, which needs to be installed before the below examples can run. Okay, so what you are trying to do is we are trying to download a required interface. I am opening it in a new tab. So here we have multiple drivers. I am taking the latest one. Okay, sometimes it's for Linux, Windows. Okay, so based on the requirement, now it's a Windows machine. I am downloading the zip driver for Windows. So I will save this. This is downloading. Now it is downloaded. Okay. You also have to do the same things. Go to the downloads. Folder. It is in the zip format. So I'll unzip this guy. Extract all. So I'm saying that Chrome driver. Okay. So I'll give some time, but you can parallelly also you can do it. I'm just downloading and storing it in a proper place. Time being, let it be in the download only. Okay, sorry, wherever you want, I'm just storing that. So now it has extracted and it is there in the Chrome driver now. Okay, CXE. Now I'll take this complete path. We should be able to do till this. Done? Any problem? Which one? Oh, Selenium also you are not able to do it.
Copy that URL folder.
Okay. Just that wherever you are using, right, that package is not available. Now what you have, the package is in some place where you are not referring. That's all. You have to understand where your Python is referring and you have to copy that package there. That's all. Okay, you are searching something in one room, but that is not in that room. It is in another room. Actually, you have to go and search it there, or you have to bring that component to the room where you are searching. That's all. Wherever you get that part, you just copy the Selenium there. Okay, according to me, it should do properly when you are installing the pip. But if you are doing some changes actually in the browser or not in the browser during this path and all, you are trying to do some changes manually, right? That time this would have broken actually. That link has broken. Now in this machine, nothing was changed. Is what I feel. It directly worked actually. If you are changing something manually in the path variable or something, that will not work. Okay, now you got a Chrome driver. Okay, this is the basic requirements actually. You have to install a Selenium package, then you have to download a Chrome driver. This is the basic stuff. Once you do that, I have sample code. I'll share it to the you people, but let me go to the program. Okay, so previous till now it was required. Now I don't require these things. I'm just pasting these things. Okay, there's some indentation problem. Let me correct this and I'll share it to the people who are connected to online. Okay, so here I have to do something. Let me take the path of this guy. Okay,
So we can get the Chrome driver.
one folder I have extracted now. I'm just naming it as Chrome driver because you may want to, tomorrow you may want to use a Internet Explorer. Now that also gives in the same path. So I'm just making it as Chrome driver. That's all. Download. I'm creating one Chrome driver like that. I'm putting inside that. That's all. So that one I'll give it in here.
So we have to use some different browser, we have to download the
Yeah, the driver for that. Basically, if you are going to Andhra, you have to take an Andhra translator. If you are coming to Karnataka, you have to take a Karnataka translator. That's all. Whatever the language you want to talk, you are using that driver. That's all here. Now, why I have given a language because that is easy to understand for you. Okay, so because the Andhra translator, if you come in Karnataka, he will talk in Andhra. People will not understand. Same problem. So basically, Chrome, if you are using, you have to download a Chrome driver. If you are using Internet Explorer, you have to use a Internet driver. You have to do it. So I'll share this code. Let me execute this one first, and then I'll. Okay. So once this is done, I'll. Anybody having problem? Downloading pypi.org Selenium. That is the path actually. Is a path. You're able to download the exe. Download it. Download it, right? So let this part I'll give you. Let me execute this one. Okay. Now my setup is ready. Just to check whether things are in place, I am running. I have one sample code. Then I'll run this one. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, not reachable. Google not reachable. Why? Okay. it has some problem actually. Let's rerun it one more time. Okay. See, I mean, okay. I'll share this code to the people who are connected to online, and I'll give some time for you people. Then I'll explain the code. Okay. So yeah, now it is executed properly. Previously, because of some net connection, if the internet stable is unstable, internet connection is unstable, it is showing. So the first thing what we did was I'll tell you. I'll come go through the code. Okay, I'll explain. I just wanted to make sure first that code is working fine. So people who are connected through online, I have shared the code. So now I'll explain it so that you people also can note down here what is the code. Okay. You have to copy. Yeah, good question actually. You can connect if you are having a net connection. You can get it from that. You can go to the link and then you can download. Or else it's only few lines of code actually. You can still note down. Okay. See first. Okay. So people, I have already shared the code. You can try. The one thing what you have to change is in the fourth line, I am giving executable path is equal to the path where I have downloaded and stored my WebDriver. Okay, you have to give that path. And when you are giving a path, instead of one slash, you have to give double slash actually to. It's a special character altogether, so it will have a different value. It will have a different feature altogether. So you have to give double slash there. That's all. That's the change you have to make. Okay, so can you make a note down? Okay, only these things you have to do. Use a driver. Oh, it's echoing. Okay, so basically you can copy. You can also note down these things. Okay, what I am trying to do was parallel. I'll explain it. Then you can get to know. So WebDriver, first line you know right what I am trying to do. I am getting a WebDriver module from the Selenium because ultimate thing goal is to interact with the web browser, right? So WebDriver is required. That is what I am taken now. That is one component I have taken, and time I have given one more module I am using it actually for in order to introduce a sleep of 10 seconds. Okay, now WebDriver.chrome. Okay, so I am in the WebDriver folder. In the folder, what you have seen, right? I am interested in Chrome browser. For that, you have to give an executable path. Okay, where that exe is there, so that it has to interact to the driver, right? So I am giving a path here, complete path of the where my exe is there. You can see that here exe. Okay, that exe path you have to give it here. Instead of single slash, you have to use a double slash. Okay. So once you do it, then what you are trying to do here is you are trying to create an instance of driver actually. One driver object where you want to interact with the browser. Now you are trying to do it here. What you want? You want a Chrome driver. In this path, you have created an instance of it. What it will do is it will open a one Chrome browser actually. It's a one object it got created actually. Basically, in at least for your class, it's not a class. Objects are not created. You are like that here we are created a maximize function, and you are once you do it, you are trying to navigate to an actual page. You think actually how do you go to a Google? By default, it has set to some value, but normally if you are not set to any value, when you click on any browser, right, first it will have an empty page. Then if you want, you are maximizing the page. Then you will give the link where you want to go. If you want to search something, you will give first Google. So here I am navigating it to Google. So I'm saying that you get a page, this page you are saying this. Okay. Once you do it, here you are trying to talk to the page actually here. Till now you are talking to the driver. Okay, and you got into the page. Now, whatever you want to do, you have to do it on the page actually. On the page you have to do. So you are saying that queue. What? Okay, with respect to that, you have represent testing, you can give single triple A. It's the elements actually. What is this queue? These things, which I'll cover it maybe in tomorrow's class. Only for example, I have shown you here. In the same page now. Now you have to understand actually, now you will come and do. So you are coming into a web page, and then if you see that what I am trying to do, right? Go to this one, okay? Q stands for some search element here actually. You go to this page and you can see that inspect. Do an inspect, and you should be see that name Q. That is the name of the element what you are using for search actually. Okay. So when you want to interact with the page, you need to know what are all the elements are there and what is the name of it, what is the idea of it, all that you have to know. So this is the one element which we are using it for search actually. So we are giving it that one here. You find a name, find element by name queue. Okay, we will discuss regarding this element in detail. But what I am trying to do is I wanted to search something, so I am getting that element to me. I am taking that element. Now you got the element here. Okay, now what is that? It's a basically search box actually. It's a text box where you can send some kind of a text to it for searching. So you're saying send keys. So you are sending some kind of a string to it for searching. Okay. Now, hello driver, web driver I am calling, and then once it is done, you have to hit an enter. Na? That's what I am trying to do, submit. Okay. I am doing a submit. I'm waiting for 10 seconds here. Okay. So once you do it, so now first thing was I got into the web page. Then I am searching for this element. Then I gave hello web driver. This is what has happened actually ultimately. For that number of lines of code is what we did. So it will wait for 10 seconds and it comes out after that. So it is the sleep who is waiting for 10 seconds and I'm doing a quit operation. So I'll run it one more time. Everybody have done these things. These are basic things actually. If you are able to execute this program, tomorrow onwards you can directly get into the more examples and will understand more concepts. Yeah. And also you can see that Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Okay, it can understand that somebody else is controlling. You can see that right here. Okay, that is means automated. Somebody else is doing it action from the back end. So it has waited for 10 seconds and then it has gone out. And you can see the process code, exit code as 0 actually. Yeah, tell me. You are also able to execute this code. What is the problem? Path you have to give it properly. That double slash you have to give. Yeah, you have any problem? Driver, have you stored it properly?
No, I have not downloaded the proper driver because.
No, it should be working. Linux, we are using a Windows machine, no?
No. It's a Chrome driver, actually saving 3.1.
No, you would have done something wrong then.
Yeah, I am not.
Say, go to that page, okay?
This one, the URL which you have mentioned. I.org.
Yeah, okay. Avinash, you are able to now at least? Not able to hear, too slow and many times audio breaks. Please share a video once the class is done so that we will be able to. Okay. Okay, what happened here? What is happening here? It's network is little slow actually, but definitely we will share the audio things. Okay. So only bear for today. We will try to do something. Some network related issues we are keep facing it. That's why it is breaking. So Avinash, you are able to execute the programs? Yeah. Which one? Chrome driver, huh? I'll once again wait. Okay, it's a slow you are telling, no? Okay. Okay, go to this one. Here you will have multiple options. You have not downloaded, I think. You have downloaded something else. Installing the driver is taking time. So you don't have to install. Okay, don't install the driver. Don't install, only you have to download and keep the exe. Don't install. I didn't say for installation. Anybody is installing? Don't install, okay. So we don't install, we just do a Chrome driver. Okay, once you go inside that, Avinash, no need to install the driver. Go to the, here you can see that Chrome driver underscore win32.zip, that you have to download. You are able to do it. You are able to do, right? Yeah. No need to install of driver. You need to just store it.
This one, no point.
The first one you do it. Click on the first link. You will be going to one more. There you are seeing that Windows 32, the last but one or something. Windows 32 mission. Yeah, download it, and you will be getting a. Yeah, zip path also I am sharing it. Now that path, that AEX you have to add at the end. Now you are able to do it properly. What is the problem? What is the error? I think just take the path actually. How are you taking a path? See here, if you do Alt D, right? Alt D, press on the, go to the folder and press Alt D, then you will be selecting that. Copy that and paste it in your this one. Instead of single slash, you have to give a double slash. Also at the end, you have to give the file name. Okay, because I am not going further, because if you are not able to understand, tomorrow also you will have the same problem. So I have to fix this problem today. You are able to do something? Okay, so I have installed the zip path actually. You can see that. Now, any changes? You have to unzip that, and you will be getting a folder. That path you have to give. Complete path along with the file name. .exe you have to give.
Module object is.
What is module object? Previously WebDriver was coming, or that's what first time you have to execute that WebDriver, that single small program, one line of code, that was working fine. Now can you go to this program? This first only one line of code I have done, that is working fine for you, right? Now you have to give this one, webdriver.chrome, then you have to do this. Executable path is equal to that complete path including the file name you have to give. Complete path, my path is, your path will be different, right? Yeah. Complete path till the .exe you have to give. You still have a problem? Just try these things. Yeah. Okay, we can't cover much things actually because setup has to be done for everybody. So let's try. Yeah, what happening?
This is the path which
Yeah.
So this is the Chrome driver.
Yeah.
Chrome driver I have just tried here.
That okay. What you have to do?
Here I will mention C users.
No, 2 times you have given users user. What I have done now, that's what I am saying. You don't change it manually. Go to this one tab. Alt D. Alt D you press Control C. Sorry, what happened? Control C this one. Alt D. Control C. Come back to the this one program. Sorry, something different here. Okay, go to the program. Instead of that, you remove this one.
The same thing, sir. Path effect of HC.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Run it. What is the problem you are getting?
This was the driver equal to hyperweb module object is module object means it means a web driver.
No, it's not a small c, it's a capital C. See here, people may be missing here, actually it says capital C. You are given small c there. Right? What is the problem?
Sir, it is asking your design capabilities.
Working now, I think it should work now. It has not thrown any error, right? It has come, allow access review.
No, for running this code, you said the internet should be on, right?
Internet should be required.
Internet is not there.
Yes, sir. It is
Doing something, now you do
opening new step.
yeah, new instance. Yeah, at least people, everybody in the class should be able to do it, right? That internet, there is a problem, I guess, today at least. Tomorrow it will be fixed, I guess.
I think the new state of Chrome is open. It's saying it Chrome is not available.
Yeah,
So
correct.
the
Huh?
check is
You are having problem?
Yeah.
What is the problem? Oh, this is very bulky, man. Executable path is given correctly.
Yes.
This is the end button. End button. Okay, forget. This is correctly you have done, right?
Yes.
And you were able to connect through net also, right?
Yes.
The student connected. Okay, can you run it? Okay. So this is the first step actually. If this is done, this program is able to execute, you will be able to do it. Okay. So at least for today, it is for you. It is everything is set up. Okay, we can go through that. Yeah.
Sure.
What is the problem? Okay, we need to spend some time, I guess. Is it the how did you take the path? Can you go to the folder?
From here.
Alt you press. Okay, that one. Control C. Same thing. How did the same way you have taken? Na?
dot Chrome.
That Chrome also is fine. Can you once again paste this actually? Removing this one. It should not be a problem. Just check. Okay. No, all this single slash you have to give it as double slash. Okay, if you are not getting, we'll see after the class also. Okay, try one more time. Okay, so basically what you are trying to do here, as I explained you, first you are deciding also what browser you want. That's why you are taking a Chrome. Here you are selecting a Chrome. Okay, now you are doing a taking a driver. Okay, once you give this executable path, it is one instance of that driver will be ready, and you will have one empty page. Okay, it is always creating in a new empty page. It is creating one empty page, and you are maximizing it, and then you are getting into the actual page actually. The whatever the Google or anything you can give. You can change it yourself now into any page. Once it is running, you can make it as Facebook or something like you can change it. But the remaining things may not work actually. Okay, time being. Okay, since this queue is an element inside the page, how do you get? You go to the web page. Do an inspect of that. On a Google page, you do an inspect of this guy. Then you will get an element called Q actually. Okay, so you are trying to take that element. Name is Q. You can see, right? Name is Q. So you can see that here. If you have a proper plugin, right, you will come to know what is this altogether. It is highlighting, na? See, for Q is this one. It is selected on the side. Okay, you can see, right? This one will be highlighted when you are selecting this. So like that you can browse through these things. Then you can see that whatever the elements are there, you can see actually. Okay. So now you know the name of the element is Q actually. That is the search box. I'm going to the search box and doing a hello web driver. I'm giving. Okay, hello web driver I am giving. Some search element, search things I am giving. Okay, not necessarily that it can be hello driver. Given a Python this time. Once I have given, what it does is send key is basically sends the key to the search box. It's a search box, right? It is sending that. You are like doing copy and paste. Now that like that it is doing it, and submit means hitting an enter there, and then it will wait for 10 seconds and it will quit. Okay, I'll rerun this to show that. Oh, sorry, something wrong actually. Oh, okay, so Python, it is coming now. This is the basic stuff you have to be aware. You are facing still problem, right? Let's see. I think the way you have copied is not proper. I think the component. Okay, so everybody understood the basic stuff. Okay, once you are understood that, then we will discuss more about this actually. Okay, so we will start exactly at 10. Okay. Something okay. Do we have XPath, CSS, link text, and other locators just like we have Java? Yes, we have. We will do the same way actually. Everything is there actually. XPath is there and Cascade is edit. Everything is there. So everything is first thing is you need to understand how the page is looking like. So based on element, you have to pick the element and you have to do it. So Avinash and other one, who is that? I don't know that. Okay. Huh? But it's not Chaitra actually, someone different name is there. Yeah. Here, yeah. Where is another class for me? 12:30 class. Yeah. Okay. So you should be able to do it at least by tomorrow actually to go ahead. Okay. So try to fix this problem if you have any. It's very simple code. I've already shared the code to the people. You also have the code, right? Something else is that which you can sit outside and see that what is the problem. Okay, yeah, okay. So once you have done these things, just by default on every machine you will have an Internet Explorer also. No, try to do the same thing for Internet Explorer. If you are having a problem, we'll see that tomorrow. Okay, so you have to use the Internet Explorer here, IE something. Okay, then you have to give the same in the executable path and the driver for it. So driver you can download it in the same path where I have given. Download it and then you should be able to do it with Internet Explorer. Same things. So that is some assignment for you people to do it. So let's discuss about tomorrow actually. So we have another class here. So I think it will be delaying them. So we'll start by 10 o'clock sharply, maybe tomorrow we will cover 2 hours, whatever we left. We started 15 minutes late right today. So we will start by tomorrow by 10 o'clock so that everybody will be in the same page. Okay. So we will continue tomorrow. One thing is you should be able to run this properly so that your setup will be ready. Second thing is you should be able to do it for Internet Explorer, same way. Okay, so instead of Chrome, so you can see that if you are pressing I something, right, you can see that I stands for Internet Explorer. So if you give capital C, you will get Chrome like that. Okay, you have to do it I and you have to use a different web driver. Download a web driver for Windows machine. It can be 32-bit or 62-bit, 64-bit something is there that you have to do it. Okay, tomorrow you do that. So we will continue from there. Okay, so since it's a first class, you need to do so a lot of settings and configurations you have to do. Now we could not cover base many things actually. We'll cover all these things, many things tomorrow. Actually, whatever we have shown in the slide. Okay, fine. Any doubts here? We have discussed about what is Selenium, how to install, and sample program we have done. For today's, you can explore with this now. Whatever you want to search something, you can do it. Everything you can do. Okay, I'm stopping at this point. We'll take it from tomorrow. So anything is there, I will update in the this one only. What we have a WhatsApp group is there. Na? There only I'll update everything. Okay, you also can try something else. Okay, whatever is there. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. Avinash, I'm ending the meeting now. So we'll start sometimes early, maybe 10 o'clock or something. We'll start. I'll ping it. What is the time? So we can start from there, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. So thank you all.